as far as the average and median salaries being offered to the students year-on-year basis. And not only this, we have been able to maintain a very steady placement track record, wherein we have placed close to 95% of the students since inception of the MBA program. Just few days back, we got one student recruited for the summer internship in a leading consulting company, that is the Avalon. So, hi, my name is Siddiq Aazam and I am working with BML Munjal University as Assistant Director in Career Guidance and Development Center. I have a work experience of close to 2 decades, wherein I started with the healthcare organizations. I started my career with SmithKline Beecham, which is now GlaxoSmithKline. Then I worked with Pfizer, and my last assignment for the healthcare was with Ranbaxy, where I was taking care of a zonal area. I started my academic journey with GLA University Mathura, then I worked with IIM, and now I'm a part of this organization. So right from the very beginning, I was having a strong inclination toward training the students. I always look for how we can further explore the avenues where we can enhance the employability quotient of the students, can make them corporate fit, because I actually worked in those profiles where I have recruited candidates in the past. So I was always looking for an area if I can have an opportunity to just fill in those gaps. I really felt when I recruited the student. So that was something that pushed me toward academics in the placement department. I'm associated with the BML Munjal University from past 3 years. One thing I would like to highlight that from the placement point of view, that there has been a consistent growth in terms of number of organizations we have added to a recruiters database. While we were able to attract all the big 4 consulting firms, I'm happy to share that we could add few of the marquee recruiters from across industry vertical. You take, whether it's IT or whether it is automobile or BFSI, manufacturing, retail. So that has been a remarkable achievement what I have seen. If I go a few years back, so the number of students were also less, and the industry vertical what we could pull in the campus were very restricted. But now in the past 2 to 3 years, I have seen that we have increased our base as far as the industry verticals are concerned. Also, there is a consistent improvement as far as the average and median salaries being offered to the students year-on-year basis. And not only this, we have been able to maintain a very steady placement track record, wherein we have placed close to 95% of the students since inception of the MBA program. So considering the batch that graduated in 2021, if I talk about, so wherein for average and median we were close to 7 lakh rupees. But then we further improved in the year for the batch that graduated in 2022, where our average was 8.7 and the median went up to 8 lakh rupees. And then the recently passed out or graduated batch in 2023, wherein we had our average was 9.3 and we touched the median of 9.2. I believe batch size matters, but what is more important is what type of learning ecosystem the candidate is getting in the university. So the same set of faculties will be there, the resources available to them, then an effective placement department. If these things are well in place, so I don't think so batch size matters a lot in terms of placements. Being a part of the hero group, that helps us in getting entry into the number of organization. It helps us in the recognition of the organization also. So that brand value supports us a lot when we are pitching about the placement, and we have seen converting the companies on the basis of this. So like the first thing is that to identify the potential recruiters. So now primarily there can be 2 sets of recruiter. One is the past recruiter who are visiting us repeatedly. So in that case our approach is entirely different. And yes, relatively it is easier to convince them because our students are working over there and somehow they have won the confidence of that employer. Coming to the potential employer who have not visited us, so we have got certain benchmarking for that. So we look for that, what are the different colleges we are aspiring to be. So we keep a track of the recruiter base of those colleges. Then we, explore their connect with the help of the students and the other portals also. And then we approach them. Now approaching generally it starts with the, cold calling. and again giving the benefit of the laurels what we had. So most of the time we get a positive response. So what we generally pitch about our, the backing of the hero group. Secondly, the accolades what we have won in the past say 10 decades. One interesting thing is about the USP of our programs also. So when we are talking to the prospective recruiters, we also tell them that why BMU is not a Me Too sort of organization. Okay, why it is not a crowd of many universities over there. So the differentiating feature is that our curriculum, then the experiential learning component what we have, the subject matter expert what we have who make sure that the student should have the advocate domain knowledge, and then of course our previous placement track record. Okay, so when I am pitching any consulting company and they know that we have all the big four already coming down, so it helps in winning their confidence. We are able to pull in the recruiters across industry verticals. But if I consider those recruiters who have given us number, who have hired in bulk, so primarily they come from three sectors: consulting, BFSI and automobile. Major outcome what they see of the placement remains salary as of now. But then I believe that myself as a representative of this institute, it becomes our job to make them understand that what is the role of the university in the career of the student. Whenever we are calling the company, so we line up the companies considering the skill set of the students, okay, their academic record, then the preferred profiles what they are getting. Many times it happens that the students are getting a good profile, but the salary is not up to their expectation. So it becomes very difficult that in the very first job students is getting all the things. So it's our job to make them understand that what could be the parameters a student should consider while looking for a job, especially the first job from the campus. Now we have got a very robust industry feedback mechanism wherein they apprise us, our recruiter apprises that what are the preferred attributes they are looking for in candidate. Okay, taking inputs from their feedback, I can say an ideal candidate for the placement would be someone who have a decent academic record, then is confident, having excellent communication skills, maybe an innovative approach to problem solving, relevant work experience. So these are few of the things I think that enhances the employability quotient of a student. Students have been hired for the position of analyst, they have been hired for the position of consultant, associate consultants, business development manager, relationship manager, and then there is a generic management trainee profile. So the corporate journey what they are looking for, again person should be willing to learn, person should be adaptable, and very importantly the candidate should be trainable, and he should understand the micro and macro business environment in which the company is working for, so that they also want to ensure a positive career progression within the organization. We are about to complete a decade in the academia. So success stories, if I go by few of the initial batches, so the list is long, but few names that strike my mind is we have one student, one of our alumni, Anshuman Pandey. So Anshuman, as of now, he is working as a senior compliance manager with Microsoft. Then we had one candidate from 2015-17 batch, Apurva, so associated with Ford Motors as a senior manager. So these are from few of the initial batches. So our primary focus has been what we are striving for the consulting companies, and in fact I'm happy to share with you that in BMU itself we have consulting cohort, okay, wherein few handpicked students are a part of those cohort, and they are trained in general they are trained on all the employability parameters, but we are trying to make them more fit for the consulting companies. We are working for that if we can have the companies from that domain. In fact, just few days back, we got one student recruited for the summer internship in a leading consulting company, that is the Avalon. So things are moving well. I hope that we will be able to finish the process within deadlines.